If your knees ache going down the stairs, the fix might already be in your kitchen. You've probably spent good money on glucosamine or collagen and barely felt a thing. Meanwhile, the seeds that quietly rebuild your joints cost a couple of dollars and sit right in the baking aisle. I'm counting down 8 cheap seeds, and each one solves a different joint problem, from the stiff hands you wake up with to the sore big toe that flares at night. Stay to the end, because the number 1 seed is the cheapest of them all and the easiest to eat every single day. Number 8. Pumpkin seeds. Let's start the countdown at number 8, with a seed you might already be throwing away. You know that stiff, locked-up feeling when your feet first hit the floor in the morning? That morning stiffness has a hidden cause. When you never sleep deeply, your body never gets the quiet hours it needs to calm the joints down and reset. Pumpkin seeds are loaded with magnesium, and magnesium tells your muscles to let go while it settles your nervous system at night, so you sink into the deep sleep where joints actually recover. One small handful gives you a big chunk of the magnesium most people are short on. Eat a scoop about 2 hours before bed, ideally with a little fruit, since that small bit of carbohydrate helps the calming compounds reach your brain. You'll wake with fewer night cramps and less of that locked-up feeling when your feet first hit the floor. Number 7. Watermelon seeds. Number 7 is the seed almost everyone spits out. Watermelon seeds are packed with bone minerals, and that matters more than it sounds. Now, under every sore joint is bone, and when that bone loses density, the whole joint turns wobbly and weak. These little seeds carry magnesium and phosphorus, which help your body actually put calcium to work building bone right where the cartilage anchors. So instead of calcium washing straight through you, it goes where your hip and knee need it. Just 1 ounce covers a solid share of the magnesium you need in a day, and that's a lot from something you normally throw in the trash. The payoff is a joint that feels steady under you, so a small stumble off a curb stays a stumble and doesn't turn into a break. Number 6. Celery seeds. Number 6 is for a pain that has its own signature. That hot, throbbing ache in your big toe or heel that flares up at night is usually uric acid, the thing behind gout. Celery seeds work on the very enzyme that gout medication targets, called xanthine oxidase, so your body makes less uric acid in the first place. That means fewer of those attacks that leave you unable to pull on a sock, let alone a shoe. People have leaned on celery seed for swollen, angry joints for generations, and plant compounds in it, like luteolin, are the reason it works. If gout has ever kept you pacing the hallway at 2 in the morning, this is the seed to know. There's one caution here that I'll come back to at the end, because celery seed is strong enough to matter if you're already on gout medicine. Number 5. Flax seeds. We're halfway down the countdown, and this is where the seeds start protecting the joint itself, not just soothing the ache. Number 5 speaks to something a lot of women feel after menopause. When estrogen drops, joints that never bothered you start aching and stiffening, almost overnight. Flaxseed helps on 2 fronts, because its lignans act a little like the body's own estrogen, while its omega-3 fats calm the inflammation driving the stiffness. And this one was actually put to the test. In a study of 120 people with rheumatoid arthritis, taking about 30 grams of flaxseed a day cut their joint pain and eased their morning stiffness over 3 months. Picture your hands first thing in the day. Instead of swollen fingers that won't close around a coffee cup, they loosen up and work like they used to. Those lignans are the part expensive supplements leave out, and they cost you nothing extra. Grind it fresh so your body can reach those oils, and 1 spoonful goes a long way. Number 4. Black seed. Number 4 goes after the fear underneath all of this, the cartilage wearing down and not growing back. That grinding feeling, the sense of bone getting closer to bone, is cartilage breaking down faster than your body can protect it. Black seed, also called Nigella sativa, carries a compound named thymoquinone that helps shield that cartilage instead of just numbing the ache. In reviews of knee osteoarthritis studies, most people taking black seed reported less pain, and the markers that track cartilage loss actually dropped. That's the difference between covering up a problem and slowing it down. Protecting that cartilage is what keeps you climbing stairs, kneeling in the garden, and pushing up off the floor without a hand from anyone. A quarter teaspoon of the seeds or the oil is all it takes. That buys you time on a joint you can't easily replace. Number 3. Hemp seeds. Number 3 takes on the inflammation that never fully quits. Some joints stay puffy and tender for months, like a fire that smolders and won't go out. Hemp seeds give you an ideal balance of omega fats plus something called GLA, which your body turns into signals that quiet inflammation down. And the test here is easy to picture. 90 people with knee osteoarthritis rubbed hemp seed oil into the knee every day for 8 weeks. And they got as much relief as a standard anti-inflammatory gel from the pharmacy. A seed keeping pace with the drug most people reach for. That deserves a second look. When that swelling settles, the knee bends easier, and standing at the sink long enough to finish the dishes stops being a problem. And the next seed didn't just tie a medicine, it beat a supplement in a head-to-head trial. Number 2. Sesame seeds. Number 2 has the strongest proof on this whole list. If your knee grinds and stabs going up or down the stairs, that's osteoarthritis, and sesame was tested against it head-to-head. Researchers took 50 people with painful knee arthritis and split them into 2 groups. One group took acetaminophen plus glucosamine, the supplement people spend real money on. The other took acetaminophen plus about 40 grams of sesame a day, which is roughly 4 tablespoons. After 2 months, the sesame group had less pain and moved better than the group on the supplement. That's a common drugstore supplement, losing to a spoonful of seeds. The compound behind it, sesamin, cools inflammation and helps protect the cartilage in the joint. In plain terms, that's standing up from a chair without the wince, and climbing stairs without white-knuckling the rail. But if sesame has the strongest study, why isn't it number 1? Because the winner beats it where it counts most. Number 1. Chia seeds. Number 1 comes with a twist. The best seed for your joints isn't the one with the flashiest study. It's the one you'll actually keep eating day after day, and that's chia. Chia covers the whole joint at once, giving you plant-based omega-3 to calm inflammation, plus calcium and phosphorus for the bone that holds the joint together. On its own, each piece is modest, but taken daily, it quietly supports the parts that wear out. It's the steady maintenance your joints have been missing between the bigger fixes on this list. The reason it wins is almost embarrassingly simple. Soak a spoonful in water or milk, and it turns into a soft gel you can stir into a glass of juice in seconds, so even on a rushed morning it still goes down. A cheap bag by your spoon does more for your joints than a supplement you keep forgetting to take. Now let's turn all of this into one habit you'll actually keep. Mix equal parts ground flaxseed, ground sesame, hemp seeds, and chia in a jar, and call it your morning joint spoonful. Take 1 tablespoon a day, stirred into yogurt, oatmeal, or a glass of juice. That mix works because the flax and hemp calm the inflammation, the sesame helps protect the cartilage, and the chia rounds it out for the bone. So you cover far more of the joint than any single seed could on its own. Grind the flax and sesame so their oils aren't locked away. Keep the jar in the fridge so it stays fresh, and add a squeeze of citrus or a little healthy fat to help it all absorb. Make 1 jar on Sunday, and it lasts the whole week. Ground seeds lose their punch once they sit exposed to air, so a fresh batch each week keeps every spoonful working. One quick caution: if you take blood thinners or gout medication, check with your doctor first, because a few of these seeds are potent enough to interact. So the fix for your aching joints was never the expensive bottle. It was 4 cheap seeds sitting in a jar right next to your spoon. Tell me in the comments which seed matched your problem, whether it's the toe, the knees, or those stiff morning hands. I'll see you in the next video, where the cheapest thing on the shelf keeps beating the expensive stuff.